The thing about Molitor is he might be a good manager, but I suppose it's because I'm old-fashioned. I want the Gene Mauch types. I want the guy who used savvy just to stay in the majors.
I'm gonna look. Oh, hi. Say, the midterms are over. Politicians need a rest, and we need a rest from them and the folks who support them. Now, Minnesota's best cure for politically induced hangovers is Mike Gelfand, and he's here. Welcome back.
I think I got a headache myself from these elections, but thank you. It's good to be here. One of the things that I like is that the election season ends right when the Christmas season starts. So you just go from one to the other. And this year, kind of tying in the two events, the Koch brothers are going to leave everyone a lump of coal in their Christmas stocking. So it's sort of, it's kind of a natural transition.
Now, you voted, of course, right?
I did vote.
Yeah.
I did vote.
Absentee?
I kind of plugged my nose and held my breath and closed my eyes. But no, I voted the old-fashioned way because I kind of like the conviviality of going down to the polling place. And
it's about the only social life I get anymore.
That's right. Well, that's about it for me, too.
And they put a little sticker on you. It's almost like getting the smile button from Walmart when you walk in there.
It is, although they ran out of stickers at my precinct.
Yeah.
And I guess that was a national shortage of stickers this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Probably the Koch brothers made the stickers.
No, maybe it's the League of Women Voters.
Could be. I should, you know what? We should be able to blame them. You got to be able to blame someone.
Any political advertisements that come to mind? What was your favorite for the Minnesota election?
Well, being a hypochondriac, I enjoyed the Ebola campaign.
Near the end.
Near the end.
Yeah, okay.
But that was the November surprise.
I'm getting concerned for my family. Governor Dayton says there's no reason for concern in Minnesota. But that doesn't...
I'm a hypochondriac. If you can bring a communicable disease into the conversation, I'm going to listen.
And you're going to vote how?
I may vote accordingly. Look, everybody responds to fear. It's just we respond to different kinds of fear.
Sure.
So for me, communicable disease, I say praise the Lord, pass the Purell.
I'm Molly McFadden. My dad, Mike McFadden, is running.
I like the ads where the daughter talked about how great their dad was, like the McFadden ad. You remember the McFadden ad? Did you see that one?
I did.
Well, my
yeah.
dad's a great guy.
I saw it many times a day.
Yes, I think if you watch TV, you saw it. There were almost more McFadden daughter ads than there were ads for things like anal leakage and all the other stuff you see on the evening news. I like to see the tug of the heartstrings.
Yeah.
But I also like to think that maybe the public didn't like it. Maybe that was one of the reasons. I want to see the behind-the-scenes shot, like a reality TV shot, maybe a McFadden family Christmas, some kind of reality show. And once the cameras start rolling, McFadden turns to his daughter and says, "God damn it, you cost us the election."
You're in St. Louis Park. That's a very safe, liberal town, isn't it?
Well, it is, but you can argue that right now there's a lot of safe seats for DFLers in this state.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Franken's seat is safe now.
Sure.
I don't think he has to worry. Obviously, Amy Klobuchar is pretty safe. Still running scared, of course, because of all the controversial positions she takes. She can start stepping out now and maybe stand for something more than motherhood and apple pie.
Let's not talk about elections.
Well, I was just going to, the one thing I wanted to say was they were pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
The entertainment value goes up every year. And I mean, the 7th and 8th districts alone, you can't really get better entertainment than that, can you?
Well, explain yourself.
Well, look, you have my two favorite districts, the 7th district, where you've got a Republican running as a Democrat running as a Republican. Why don't they just job share? Really just to show people reaching across the aisle. I'd love to see that. The 8th district, I can tell you a little story.
Yeah, tell me. Okay.
One of the great shames in Minnesota history, which very few people even our age know about, is the sheer number of people in the late 1800s and in the early to mid 1900s who were institutionalized in this state. I'm sure you've heard something about it. We had this huge labyrinth of they were called asylums. The asylum for the feeble-minded. There was actually an asylum for idiots and imbeciles. Women who got pregnant out of wedlock. people who were alcoholics, people who were depressed, you named it. I mean, we had at one point something like 100,000 people in these institutions.
In Minnesota?
In Minnesota. Yeah, they were everywhere. They were in Rochester, and they were in New Ulm, and they were in Faribault, they were in Anoka. They just kept building them.
Yeah.
And today all those institutions are gone, and in their place we have the 8th District. And there's no disrespect there, obviously.
No. So no disrespect at all, right?
Oh, no, I'm...
Now, Mike, do you have any general advisories for Minnesota to survive the rest of the year?
Well, we don't have much entertainment coming from politics. I always look to sports, and so now you've got the Vikings and the Adrian Peterson drama.
Sure.
Hopefully that plays out for a few more months and gives people a chance to vent their spleen about whatever it is they hate. I think the Vikings would be really eager to get him back in the field if they thought that they might get into the playoffs. But now it's kind of a lose-lose for them, really. So it'll be entertaining to see what they have to say. Right now, of course, being a Jew, I'm getting pretty excited about the campaign to kill Christmas. So that usually takes up like the final 2 months of the year.
Look, Mike, Christians killed it a long time ago. It's
You
been
think
dead
so?
for, since the 50s, yeah.
Well, we had, when on the radio show one year, we had Bill O'Reilly, who was really, he was pushing this thing about the heathens killing Christmas.
Yeah.
And I thought he came up with a great solution. He said he was campaigning to return Christmas to its rightful place, remind people of the meaning of Christmas. And he said if you wanted to really get behind that and you wanted to remind people of the meaning of Christmas, you could go to their website, Bill O'Reilly's website, and for $19.95 get a Stop Killing Christmas coffee mug.
He sounds like a televangelist. You know, you can get this and understand this about Jesus if you send us money.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and some people might argue, of course, that I guess maybe the real meaning of Christmas is selling $19.95 coffee mugs, but
Now, spring training's only about 4 months away, maybe 3 months away.
pitchers and catchers report, I think, February 1st, don't they?
Okay, two words, and you can be on me. Mike, 2 words about baseball. Paul Molitor. Are things going to change?
Yeah, Molitor, when teams get desperate and when they see public support slipping away, one of the things they do is they hire Hall of Famers to be managers. And, it doesn't work. You know, the prototypical Hall of Fame manager was Ted Williams. I don't think he knew the name of half the guys on the team. The Washington franchise
This
was
is
a
before
disaster.
he got frozen or after he got
Well,
frozen?
it was just before he was cryogenicized or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have known it was before he got frozen. He was not much of a manager. And Paul, the thing about Molitor is he might be a good manager, but I suppose it's because I'm old-fashioned. I want the Gene Mauch types. I want the guy who used savvy just to stay in the majors. The guys who really had no great amount of skill, but they knew every subsection of the rule book, and they loved the game, and they had to fight every single day to stay in the big leagues. The scufflers, those are the guys I like. Molitor, I don't think he ever managed anywhere, so I'm skeptical.
We'll see. Let's get together just before spring training, okay?
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Gelfand is royalty around here. Oh, yeah. AQRS morning show. But Dean, do you have a PA?
Democratic Visions is independently handcrafted by lefty Southwest Suburban volunteers for the entire metro region.